Submission from the cradle to the grave is the height of your ambition to make good and willing slaves rise you prisoners of starvation. Fight for your own emancipation. Arise, you slaves of every nation, in one union grant. And little ones forbid their crying, and millions round the world from hunger dying. The means is justifying. It's our final stand. Born of the earth and the wind and the sea, all forged from the same metal are we. All with the strength of iron and with the power of steel, as we march onward to victory. Together, side by side, fighting with union pride, with union pride.
This year's May Day is once again celebrated in a time of economic strain. Workers did not create this economic crisis, but it is they who suffer the most from it. Governments continue to buffer corporations and pass on the burdens to us through cuts to social programs, tuition increases, increased deregulation, and attacks on workers' rights. Migrant workers who prop up the Canadian economy, despite being barred from full citizenship rights, are treated as disposable. We are told to be patient, to keep tightening our belts, and wait for the next upswing. We are told to ignore the depth and breadth of this so-called temporary recession which has touched capitalist economies across the world. But far from being a temporary glitch in an otherwise sound system, this crisis is exposing capitalism as an unsustainable system that exploits the many for the sake of the few and creates a standard of living for the minority that is physically and environmentally impossible to replicate for the majority. It obscures the facts that the jobs that have been lost in this recession will not return, and part-time, temporary, and flexibilized work is becoming more and more the norm. The rhetoric of recovery obscures the fact that a seemingly untouchable group of bankers, investors, politicians, financial advisors, and market manipulators have ruined economies and destroyed the livelihoods and futures of millions of workers and students. The history of working class resistance teaches us that these recent attacks are not a new phenomenon, and we must not be lulled into hoping that those who would profit from the status quo can be relied upon to right its injustices. We have the ability to oppose the system that has been imposed upon us. We can draw strength from our solidarity with workers around the world in our struggle to speak truth to power and to build a more just and equal society.
Make up your mind. Work is for losers. Working people under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! Working people under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! Working Why is the next project? Stand up like that!
Working people under attack! What do we do? Working people under attack! What do we do? Working people under attack! What do we
where we affirm our right to resist. And on this day we affirm that we stand with workers and oppressed people from one corner of the globe to another who are fighting imperialism and neo-colonial interference, aggression, war and violence. With the people of Greece, with the people of France, the people of Turkey, of Japan, of Korea, of Indonesia, of Russia, of the United States, of course of Cuba, which will have the largest May Day demonstrations with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of workers in the streets. And we can see today on this May Day, around the world, in the U.S., in many cities across Canada, an upsurge of the struggle of workers for their rights and to bring into being a new society.
We're very lucky in this country to be where we are. You know, I come from a continent where labor leaders are killed on a daily basis, and those are the kinds of things that we must never forget, because this is a fight that everybody needs to be leading. This government is taking all their anger in terms of what it is that they do with their budget on the backs of Albertans. They up in the north, I'm not going to repeat any of the stats that were already said and the horrible things that this government's doing to the province and our environment and to our public services. But you got to know that our fight is still there, that our members up in the north, that our communities up in the north and in rural Alberta are being raped and pillaged in terms of the environments, that our members are not able to do their jobs because the government supports the industries that are doing this to our environment. And so we have a lot to fight, and I think it's great that we see so many young people out here, because they're the ones that need to carry this voice and to bring this energy to the ongoing struggle.
Let's leave off with the spirit of solidarity and the spirit of the internationalism of this day with a chant of "Long live international solidarity." Long live international solidarity!
International!